It's a lot of organization for an event like this, and there's a lot of moving parts.
Our day's gonna end at 1 a.m.
6 or 7 bands a day.
It's a long day.
Growing up in Brooklyn, there was a record store called Crazy Eddie's. And I remember going up to the counter and asking for a Def Leppard album. And that was the first bit of music I paid for with my own money, that I could curate and control when I listened to it. Didn't have to wait to hear it on the radio. I got to play it when and where I wanted to. It had a profound impact on my life. In my early 20s to early 30s, in Portland, I lived at music venues. I was really embraced, especially as an African American. I was surprised at how the grunge era had space for me. I love exposing young people to music, and I love having such a rich legacy. Music has just been a huge part of my life. The music community was really looking for something or someone to inject real life back into an all-ages music scene. People of color are not usually in positions of power when it comes to the music ecosystem. Friends of Noise represents what I wish I had when I was 13. Another factor that really kind of drove my ascension into leadership of this organization was that at the time I had a 13-year-old girl who loved music, but there weren't local spaces that she could go participate because of alcohol sales. It was really hard to bring my daughter to see live music on the regular so that she could have the same connection that I had with it.
When it started, it was really me and my dad doing everything. It's amazing to see how much it's grown, especially from those first shows where there was maybe 15, 20 people that would come, but it was awesome seeing how the artists still use that as an opportunity to perform their music for the first time.
I'm not gonna have this one. The first time I ever played music performed for a crowd was for Friends of Noise.
Before being booked by Friends of Noise, I wasn't getting played around the town, so I wasn't getting booked for venues. People weren't reaching out to me, and so Friends of Noise really opened that door for me to meet those new people, gain those connections, and really was a great platform for me to step out there in the local scene.
I get to work with black kids, brown kids, queer kids, trans kids, and they see in me the opportunity to do whatever they want to do. And with Friends of Noise, we're just giving him attention and giving him oxygen and giving him time.
We're gonna do an event called Spring Break Fest, where a bunch of bands are gonna play over a few days, and we're hoping to get a lot of people in here.
I think we're having 6 or 7 bands a day.
Load in at 5:45 p.m. and from there it's kind of just one after another.
It's like the most bands I've ever worked in one day.
This is a benefit show working to get our own venue for all age bands and all age fans.
It's a lot of organization. There's a lot of people that has to work for an event like this, and there's a lot of moving parts.
There are just so many different small micro hurdles to really putting something like this together. For the first 2 or 3 years of our organization, we did everything wherever we can find a space. We brought generators so that we can do things super DIY. The biggest challenge for us in not having our own space is literally having to hunt and peck and beg to put on shows. We're getting touring bands that are hitting up saying, we want to do a show in Portland and we want to do it with you, but we don't have our own space. We are hoping to get our own building within the next couple of months. And if we can do that, that's gonna mean that we can do shows 5, if not 7 nights a week.
Thanks so much for coming out. Thanks to Friends of Noise for letting us be here.
He's just been amazing with every youth that I've seen him with. I love that he's so open and excited about what the kids are doing.
They get to be themselves and discover things that they can do that they never even realized.
It's cool to see him doing concerts on the park blocks or He was doing it like in the Portland Art Museum for a little bit, or in this building that we're in right now. He's done so many concerts in here. Even with the placement of where the locations are, he puts that into fact of like, is it by a Mac station? Is it gonna be in a community for Black and brown young people that don't have this resource readily accessible to them? I wanna bring it to them and at an affordable price so that they can be in this environment and that they are represented in this scene as well.
From the beginning of Friends of Noise to now, I've gotten to meet an amazing array of young, dope, talented, not just artists on the show, sound engineers, PA people, film people, promo people, like all in my age range.
I think it's gonna be an absolute game changer for them to have a space of their own. They'll have a place where they can constantly book all ages shows. They can bring in touring artists there, and you know for a fact that it's gonna be accessible to everybody that wants to go see these artists.
Imagine an all ages venue, dude. It would just be amazing.
Come on. Come on, come on, come on. Look, so everybody just clap. Everybody just clap. Everybody just clap. This is right. The right side, y'all, this. The north side, we done did this. Oh, God. And you know that's how we did it. Are we having fun?
This festival is proof positive that there is a hunger for all ages music that spans generations.
I think a venue for Friends of Noise would change the music scene in Portland because it starts with the youth. So I think that would mean the world to not only me as an artist, but to people around town looking for that new wave, that new sound.
I'm excited to see what more happens when we do get that stable place, because that's just gonna grow even more, and that safe space is just gonna be that much more accessible and just permanent.